After years of silence, the Shrekverse is on fire with the announcement of Shrek 5. The most beloved ogre in cinema is making a comeback, but what was supposed to be a celebration has turned into the stage for heated debates. While nostalgia hit hard for many, others are feeling skeptical for reasons no one saw coming. To start with, the character designs have been under heavy criticism. Ever since the teaser dropped, many fans have complained that the visuals seem to have lost that rustic and expressive charm that made the original films so iconic. The new Shrek looks a little too polished, almost as if he went through a digital skincare treatment. Fiona also appears to have undergone some changes, and the audience did not hold back. Fans rushed to social media to compare versions and complain that DreamWorks might be softening the franchise's aesthetic way too much. But while some were busy debating the animation style, another discussion exploded online and caught everyone off guard. Could Felicia, Shrek and Fiona's daughter, be trans? This theory came out of nowhere and instantly went viral, splitting opinions, fueling debates, and putting the spotlight on something no one expected to be questioned. But how did this happen? Well, in the previous films, Felicia always had blue eyes, while her twin brothers, Fergus and Farkle, had brown eyes. In the Shrek 5 teaser, a teenage daughter of Shrek and Fiona appears alongside them, and guess what? She has blue eyes too. That means this character is the same Felicia we already know, right? But that's where the chaos began. If Felicia has always been Felicia, why did this theory emerge? Simple. Some people started wondering if, instead of being the same Felicia from before, one of Felicia's twin brothers might have transitioned and begun identifying as Felicia over the years. This idea spread like wildfire in a dry swamp. Many people loved the possibility, saying it would be a natural step for a franchise that has always challenged fairy tale norms. Others were confused, unsure if this theory made sense or if it was just another wild internet speculation. And of course, some people hated the idea, calling it a forced interpretation and arguing that fans were seeing things that weren't there. But does this possibility actually fit within Shrek? The truth is, since the very first movie, the franchise has always been about breaking stereotypes and defying social norms. The main character isn't a charming prince. The princess isn't delicate, the donkey falls in love with a dragon, and the villains are often ridiculous and insecure. Shrek has never been afraid to laugh in the face of conventions and do things its own way. And we can't forget a classic example, Doris, Cinderella's ugly stepsister, who appeared in Shrek 2 and Shrek the Third. Doris is a trans woman and has always been treated naturally within the Shrek universe. No heavy-handed speeches or unnecessary explanations. She simply is who she is, and that has never been an issue. That's why the idea of one of Shrek's children transitioning wouldn't be something out of place in this universe. It would just be another element reinforcing the message the franchise has always delivered. You can be whoever you want to be without worrying about the labels imposed by society. But then came the big revelation. Felicia has always been Felicia. DreamWorks didn't change anything about Shrek's children, and the idea that one of the twins had transitioned was nothing more than a mix-up caused by the blue eyes in the teaser. Even so, this discussion raised interesting points about how Shrek 5 might tackle modern themes and stay relevant for a new generation. But beyond this controversy, the big question remains. Will the movie be able to capture the essence of the previous films? Because, let's be honest, the character design is concerning. Shrek has a unique visual style, with animation that never aimed to be flawless but rather expressive. The fear now is that the film might lose this identity by trying too hard to modernize the visuals. After all, Shrek never needed to be pretty to be iconic. Another major challenge for Shrek 5 will be its villain. The franchise has already given us memorable antagonists, like Lord Farquaad, Fairy Godmother, and Prince Charming. Each had well-defined motivations and strong personalities. The new villain needs to live up to that, whether it's the unexpected return of Farquaad or a new ruler who wants to wipe out ogres once and for all. And, of course, there are some essential elements that absolutely cannot be left out. Sharp humor and double entendres that only adults understand. Because, let's be real, Shrek was never just a kids' movie. Pop culture references. The franchise has always been packed with parodies, so we expect Shrek 5 to keep that tradition alive. Emotional moments. Amidst all the jokes, Shrek has always had a huge heart. We want to see that sentimental side well explored. Despite all the concerns, one thing is undeniable. Shrek 5 is already taking over the internet before even hitting theaters. The franchise has a passionate fan base, and all these debates only prove the lasting impact the Ogre still has on pop culture. The big question now is, will DreamWorks deliver a film worthy of the hype? Or will Shrek 5 be just a generic comeback, missing the soul that made the franchise so special? The verdict will only come once the movie finally premieres. But until then, the internet swamp is bound to keep boiling with discussions, theories, and, of course, a whole lot of nostalgia. And with that, we've reached the end of the video. If you enjoyed this discussion about the Shrek universe, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. There's still so much to explore in the world of Shrek, and you won't want to miss it. See you in the next one.